Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the UITP Awards 2026. You've probably heard them called the highest honor in public transport, and for good reason. We're going to break down what it takes to win and how your project could grab a spot on that global stage. I think this quote from UITP Secretary General Mohammed Mizgani really sets the scene perfectly. He uses words like visionary and game-changing. It tells you right away they aren't just looking for good projects. They're on the hunt for ideas that literally transform our cities. Remember that word, transformation, because it's going to come up a lot. So what's the big deal with the UITP Awards? Why do they carry so much weight in the industry? Let's get right into it. Okay, think of these awards as the ultimate seal of approval in public transport. UITP, that's the International Association of Public Transport, has been running them since 2011. The whole point is to put a massive spotlight on the most creative, sustainable, and impactful solutions out there. And winning means you get incredible visibility, because the awards are a huge deal at the annual UITP Global Summit. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty for the 2026 edition. And you'll want to pay close attention here, because there's a really big change in how the awards are structured this year, plus, of course, the key dates you need to know. So, here it is, the big change for 2026. For the first time ever, they are rolling out two completely distinct types of awards. And honestly, this is a real game changer. It opens up the floor and creates more ways for different kinds of amazing projects to get the recognition they deserve. So, here's how it breaks down. You've got two pathways to victory. On one side, you have the Achievement Awards. Think of these as celebrating specialized excellence, like being the absolute best in class for, say, climate impact or mobility equity. Then, on the other side, you have the Impact Awards. These are all about the big picture, projects that have fundamentally changed the game across an entire region. Okay, this is super important, so get your calendars out. The submission window is tight. It's just about a month, kicking off October 9th and closing November 10th, 2025. Right after that, the jury gets to work. The finalists will be revealed in early 2026, and the whole thing wraps up with the big ceremony in Dubai that April. Now for the question that's probably on a lot of your minds. Who can actually apply? Let's make sure these eligibility rules are crystal clear, because this is obviously the first hurdle you've got to clear.
Okay, rule number one, and this is non-negotiable. The main applicant has to be a UITP member. But, and this is a big but, if you're not a member but you worked on a project with one, your partner can submit on behalf of the whole team. Also, your project needs to be recent, with a major milestone in the last couple of years. And hey, if you've won before, you can apply again, but it has to be with a totally new project.
All right, so you're eligible. What's next? Let's talk about the practical steps. We'll walk through the process right now to make sure your submission is as powerful as it can possibly be. First thing to know, and this is a critical rule, one organization can submit a maximum of 3 different projects. That's it. So you can't just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. You've really got to be selective and focus on your most innovative, most impactful work. And here is some fantastic news, something that makes these awards so accessible. There is absolutely no submission fee. It costs nothing to enter. This really levels the playing field and makes sure that the best ideas can compete, no matter what an organization's budget looks like. The submission process itself is actually really straightforward. Step 1 is just preparation. Do your homework, read the terms and conditions and all the guiding documents. Step 2 is getting your entry ready. Gather your details, and remember, pictures and videos are great, but they don't want long reports. And step 3, the most critical part, is to get it all submitted through that online portal before the hard deadline on November 10th. Okay, so your project is submitted. What happens now? Let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the evaluation process so you can understand exactly what the judges are going to be looking for. So this isn't just one person making a quick decision. It's a really robust, 2-stage process, all designed to be super thorough and impartial. First, an internal team of UITP experts does the initial review. After that, your submission moves on to an independent international jury of experts. They're the ones who make the final calls on who becomes a finalist and who wins. When it comes down to it, everything is judged on these 3 core ideas. First, innovation. Is your project genuinely original? Is it pioneering something new? Second, contribution. What's the real tangible value it adds to public transport and to society as a whole? And third, and this one is huge, is transferability. Could your solution be adapted and used in other cities around the world? They're really looking for ideas that have global potential.
This is a perfect moment to just pause. Before you even start filling out the application, take a second and honestly, measure your project against these 3 pillars. Where does it really, truly shine? Because that's what you need to build your entire submission around. And finally, let's fast forward a bit. The submission window has closed, the jury has done its work. What happens if your project makes it into that elite group of finalists? Let's talk about that exciting final stage of the journey.
Making it to the finals is a massive achievement, but it comes with one very important requirement. Your organization has to send at least one person to the summit in Dubai. And this isn't just about showing up for a trophy. It's about being present, networking with the best in the business, and sharing your success story. So here's a quick, clear summary of what's required from the finalists. As we said, attendance is mandatory. To make that happen, finalists need to buy one exchange pass, but you get it at a special price of 980 euros. And one last really important thing to note. The ceremony is an in-person only event. There's no hybrid or virtual option here. So after all that, we're left with this one big question. This is truly the ultimate opportunity to get global recognition for your team's hard work, their dedication, and their innovation. So if you believe your project has what it takes, well, the stage is set and waiting for you.